Hey, how's it going? Welcome back. So this is going to be the second progress update for the RPM challenge. So in the last one, I did like some sound design and then I wrote one song. So today, hopefully, I'm gonna basically turn a bunch of these sketches that I have into fully realized songs. I haven't had a lot of time to do a proper arranging session, so I've just got a bunch of sketches sitting around on my circuit tracks here. So today, hopefully, we're gonna turn them into full tracks basically. So firstly, I'm just gonna run through all the different sort of sketches that I have here. So there's 3 packs to go through. So firstly, this pack is the one I started in the previous video, and so this is the song we made in the previous video. And then I just came up with this little sort of drum beat sketch, because if you watch the previous video, you'll know I only designed one synth patch for this sound, so the only other sketch I made is only drums, because I want to try and design a new sound for it. So yeah, that's a little drum beat sketch. So if I go back into this pack, so this is the pack I made my previous album with, and I also have, all these songs were my these 2 are one song here, were my previous album, and then I have these 10 songs which I have still yet to compile and release, which I'm planning on doing eventually. Anyways, these 2 are something. Oh yeah, so this is a 13/16 track I've been working on for Februarhythm, which is the current monthly challenge in the Magpie Pirates Discord server. And this one, oh yeah, so I just sort of sat down at the drums and played something, and I decided, that sounds alright. I didn't really translate it into the circuit tracks very well, but I tried to. It's not really the same thing, but I think it sounds kind of cool. Anyways, then if we go into this, which is the circuit tracks factory pack, so the stuff that comes with the circuit tracks, we get, so this is something else I've been working on for a Magpie Pirates collaboration, but these 4 are also just some sketches for this challenge. So this one and this one are kind of in a similar style. So this one, I took this sample, and that's like the basis for the whole thing. This one's a little bit more realized than some of the others. Like, I've got a few scenes here, but it's still very, as far as I remember, it's still a very linear progression. It's just adding in elements as it goes through. It's not like an alternate song section. So yeah, and then these 2 are just some other things. And then we got this. So that's also just a drum beat I made with this sample. So yeah, I was just messing around with some samples and came up with that. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tracks to expand today. So some of them I'm going to need to add all the synth parts and create new sections as well. Whereas for some of them that are more fully realized, I'm just going to have to create the new sections. I've already got patches, I've already got the sound design done, so yeah. I don't think it's really that interesting to watch me just sit here and arrange songs for a few hours. So I don't think I'm going to include all of that. I think I'm just going to go off and expand some of them, and then when I come back, I'll sort of walk through what I've added. Yeah, I think I'm just going to do that. So, okay, so I think I've gone through them all, and I've added melodic elements to the ones that were just drums, and I've done a little bit of arranging. I created a B section for one or two of them, I think. So let's just go through and take a look. So the first one, because we only have one synth patch in this pack, I'm not going to finish it yet. So then if we go into this pack, we have these two. So this was the 13-16 one, so I just left that. And then this one started as this. So then I added a bass. And then sort of, I don't know if it's really a lead because it's not like the primary focus, but it's a higher pitch element. And then we could open the filter. Yeah. And then if we go into the factory pack, this is where most of them were. So we've got, right, so we've got this one, which started with just this sort of drum beat. And then I added some bass. It's like a real sub bass. And I haven't added a lead element yet, but, or like, I think this is going to be a pretty chill song, so I might not add like a lead. I might just do like a sort of pad. And once I do that, this bass is definitely not going to be a primary focus in the mix. Why did it just stop itself? Oh right, because I did that. So it should be like that. Okay, yeah. Next one. This one I didn't touch at all. I just had a look and decided, you know, we've got some basic elements. It doesn't have bass yet, but we can do that later. This one started as this. No, it didn't. It started as this. And then I added this. I don't even know how I got to it. I just went to a preset and I ended up with that somehow, and then I did this. So if I turn up the oscillator mode and do triplets, or yeah, I think it's triplets, it sounds like that. And then as you can hear, there's also this bass. It's pretty nice and pretty bass. Yeah. And then it sort of cuts out, like on the last step here. There's nothing there, so it kind of adds this gap, which I quite like. I'm gonna need some help mixing this one because that just sounds like a mess. And then last one, I didn't touch this one either. I feel like I'm missing something. Oh, I know what it is. Okay, so I was wrong. I did change the 13-16 one. I left the existing parts as they were, but I added a B section, so I'll just play both of the main sections. So they don't transition that well together. This pattern kind of aids in that, I think. Obviously I've got some different drum sounds. So yeah, I added a B section on that, and I think that's all of the changes I've made. So the next part is just a really boring part of arranging everything and mixing everything, particularly this one. It's going to need some really significant mixing, and I'm definitely going to need some help with that. And then also I'm going to come up with a few more B sections for different pieces. That will be a bit less just completely boring. Again, I think I'll just come back when I'm done. Yeah, okay. Okay, I'm back again. I've done some arranging, mixing, etc. So again, I'll just go through everything I did. So firstly, in the factory pack we had these 4 songs. So the first one, I I added a B section. In the first section, the bass was really slow, like it's at a quarter of the speed relative to the rest of the song. Whereas here, the bass is faster, it's more noticeable, I would say. Because this part is a sample, it's kind of impossible to change it up between the two sections, so I've just got the same sample. I've just changed the rhythm, so it goes from that to this. But obviously I can't really change the pitch or anything like that. Like, I could change the pitch with this control, but that's not quantized to a scale or anything, so it's very difficult to do it effectively. And then I've just done some mixing, including panning, as you can see, and then I've also added some effects. I think the effects add quite a bit. We've got reverb on the bass, a little bit on the drums, mostly on this sort of snare clap track, this one. Yeah, those added percussion, and then also on the sample itself. And then we've also got delay on the bass drum, as you can hear, and the hi-hat. You can like hear the delay there. Yeah, so I think that adds quite a bit. The other thing is the sample already has some delay and reverb in it already, so adding that to that doesn't do a whole bunch, but the rest of it, it really builds up the character of the song, and I think it sounds pretty good. Next one, this one. So mixing, panning a little bit. I think I already had some of that. I just sort of fine-tuned it, and then the main thing I did was add a B section. The drums sound quite different, but it still uses the same lead sound. But in the previous one, I went like, I turned up the oscillator mod like throughout the triplets thing, whereas in this case, it's just up the whole time. And then in the bass, is like in the previous one, it's really slow, whereas here, it's kind of playing off of this one a little bit more interesting. And then the next one was this one. I think I moved it up an octave, which, I don't know, it doesn't really have any bass anymore, but whatever. And then I added this B section. So the drums sort of go to a halftime feel, and it's also got this pad in the background. And it has a sort of filter sweep, which I think sounds really cool. And then the last one in this pack, I didn't really touch, I just did some mixing and panning and stuff. I think I might have added the effects, honestly I can't remember if those were there before. But I think for this one, I think I'm just going to improvise over the top of it. This lead sound has like a really slow filter sweep. So yeah, this is going to be a really chill song. And then if we go into some more packs, this is the one I made my previous album with. So I had two songs in here. This was the 13-16 one. I don't think I touched this at all since the last thing. I already had all the mixing and panning done. I had the B section already, so yeah. This one though, I added a B section. I also added some effects, so we got reverb on some of the drums, yep, and then delay on the lead thing. Yeah, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 songs done, including the one we made last episode, and then we've got this one, which is just a drum beat so far. So we still have to do some sound design and write a lead and bass, write the melodic parts for this track, and then we also have to figure out what I'm going to do over the top of this one, because this is the one I said I was going to improvise over. However, I feel like it would still be good to come up with some general ideas of what I'm going to play over the top. And then we're also going to have to write at least 2 more tracks completely in order to meet the goal of 10 songs. And then once we've done that, that's going to be the RPM challenge finish. However, as of me recording this, it's only the 13th, so I've still got more than half of the month to go. So I'm probably going to end up making a few more tracks than I initially said. I think the fact that most of the songs I've made have been either using the factory pack or the pack I made before means that I haven't had to spend pretty much any time on sound design. So for the next few songs, I'm just going to try and change that. So obviously design sounds for this one, and then also I'm going to try and have the rest of the songs exclusively be new synth patches. And then I think after this RPM challenge is over, I think I'm still going to continue making synth patches for this pack, because I don't know, I've never really explored the synth engine that much, and I'd like to start making some more of my own patches. Anyways, that's going to be it for this update video. So we've got the 6 completed tracks, plus the one we're going to improvise over, and the drum beat. We're just going to keep working on sound design and making a few more songs next episode. So if you enjoyed this update video, make sure to leave a like and consider subscribing to my channel. If you have any feedback or suggestions, leave them in the comment section. If you saw my previous video, you'll know that I'm going to do a review and tutorial for the Vital software synthesizer soon, so make sure to stay tuned for that. And also stay tuned for the next update on this RPM challenge, which might be the final one, or I might do one more after that, depending how much I get done. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!